This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Did any of the characters, this is a question from Conrad in Huntsville, did any of the characters from the ECW original territory, when they start to come back, did you have any interesting interactions with any of them? Like when you just see, you used to seeing Randy Orton and Batista walk around backstage, and now here comes Balls Mahoney. So that's a departure, right?
Yes, it was different. You know, those guys are different, but they tell amazing stories, and they were very intriguing. But they were all cool to be around. They were great guys. They had great attitudes. I don't think ECW would have stood that long for that many years if they had bad attitudes in the locker room. I heard that their locker room had the best attitudes in the world. And that's why they were able to make it work, because everybody was agreeable with everyone.
Knowing what we know now,
had a fairly good run. I mean, they did last 5 years. So, I mean, they did something right to that extent, but I didn't think ECW was going to last forever. I knew that it would be a shooting star and that star would dim out eventually, but it was a good try. And, Vince was excited about starting it. And when he's excited about something, he's dead set on doing it.
Here's one from Rosso Porco. He says, what was your favorite match during the ECW era?
The ECW era, right? So we're talking just ECW wrestlers, or are we talking that era? Like the era.
We'll go like May to August, in that brief ECW, WWE ECW run.
I would say when my one night stand match against Randy Orton. Randy was awesome to work with. He was really young at the time, but he was still very well posed, and we had a great match. It was really awesome.
Is there an ECW original you enjoyed matches with? Most of our listeners don't count Randy as an ECW performer, of course. Do you have another, did you have a good match with Van Dam you enjoyed, or Sandman, or Tommy, or Sabu?
I had some great matches with RVD. I wrestled him at a few house shows. The one in particular that I got injured, that was an awesome match. It was near the end when I got injured, but we were able to put on a good 25-minute performance, and it was an awesome match. I believe it was in New York, upstate New York.
It is interesting to look back at this era and think about what a different time it was in wrestling. At that point, ECW's been down for 5 years, WCW's been down for 5 years, and they're just trying to create whatever sort of nostalgia they can for the Monday Night War, and they even bring back some of these ECW originals. Sergio wants to know, how well did the originals get along with you and the other talent? You sort of alluded to that earlier, that they were all cool guys. Do you remember there being sort of a styles clash with anyone else, though, where for whatever reason so-and-so didn't get along with such and such?
No, there was no problem in the locker room. The guys and girls were cool. Everybody got along. It was a harmonic locker room that all worked together really well. No problems at all, period, which is surprising. I mean, considering, you're going to have a lot of egos in there, and a lot of ECW originals that, wanted it to be still original and no WWE wrestlers, but it wasn't like that. Everybody got along.
Here's one from Umar. He says, Kurt, what was it like backstage with the ECW originals like Sandman and Tommy Dreamer? Tommy Dreamer is universally beloved, so I think I know the answer to that. But Sandman, he could be a character at times. You got any good Sandman stories?
No, Sandman behaved very well. We were expecting him to do some crazy shit, but he was really cool. He didn't do anything. He was very calm, very in control. Those guys are characters, though. I met them back in the 90s, and they were mostly drunk before the show even started. So, they changed quite a bit when they came to WWE.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.